Hey, everybody, welcome to the Soul Report, where heart meets higher purpose. I'm your host, Dr. Douglas James Cottrell. Each show we explore, as you know, the deeper dimensions of life and consciousness with remarkable people like my guest today. These people are making a difference in our world. From spiritual teachers, transformational therapists, healers, visionaries, and truth seekers, our guests are here to awaken your spirit and ignite your inner power. If you're searching for inspiration, meaning, and soulful conversations that resonate with the times we live in, you've found a home, you're in the right place. So let's begin this journey of self-discovery. My guest today is Dr. Grazyna Pajunen. She is a remarkable lady. She has extensive credentials, and her main interest is beauty, health, and empowerment. She has a book out called Biohacking: A Way to a Better You. I can hardly wait to interview this wonderful lady because, hey, I'm not 21 anymore, so maybe I can get a few tips myself. Welcome to the show, my friend. It's great to have you on today. I trust you're feeling beautiful and full of energy. You look it. So tell us a little bit about who you are and this wonderful book. How did you get into this field of, I guess everybody who's over 21 needs to know a lot about?
Yes, first of all, it is my honor to be here and to be with your listeners. I am originally from Poland. You can hear my accent and my name. And I was invited to United States to teach at university. I have PhD in electrical engineering, and my favorite research was always biomedical because I love to see people performing on the highest level possible. And I knew from a very young age that our body is much more powerful than we actually utilizing it or even realize it. And this research, recent research, what I'm doing in reversing aging is fascinating because I really came to believe and even prove that, believe it or not, we can actually become every year younger instead of every year older. What about that?
Well, I'm all ears. Let me tell you,
I
I'm only
think
6, so make me 67 and I'll be happy. A little dyslexic in there.
exactly. And you see, we have two type of age, and one is chronological age. Okay. So, for example, I will be 74 this year, and there is nothing I can do about it because I was born at a certain age, and and that's it. But there is another age, and this called biological age. And that biological age is in our hands. We can change it, we can adjust it. And and the earlier you realize that in your life, the easier it is to do it. But even people who are today 80 years old still can do it and reverse their age. And this is what I am working on, helping people to do that. I personally reversed my age 14 years. So, how do you know what is your biological age? Many people ask me, well, you just do the blood test and you test your biomarkers, and then they tell you what is your age. And for me personally, the most important is how I feel. Do I feel 80 or do I feel 50 or 40, right? What I can do, what is my energy level, what was my vitality level. And for me personally, look is important, but it's always secondary. But I found out that people are more interested in their looks than in their how they feel. And that was shocking for me. But since I know that, then I tell you, if you had one of those, we can make you look 10 years younger. And and when I work with people on how they feel and on their mobility, on their vitality, they start looking automatically 10 to 15 years younger. And that's why we are measuring that I tell you, take a picture of your face before we start. And then in a month, in the second month, and so we are zooming on the quality of your skin. And then we know that you are rebuilding your body from inside out. And the other thing which was amazing for me was that people are very interested in creams. Oh, I want $1,000 cream, then for sure I will look very young. And I tell you, the creams are important, good creams. However, you will not be able to rebuild your body from outside in. The only way to rebuild your body is from inside out. And then the other stuff, in addition, it's fantastic. But
Well, I know a lot of ladies who spend a fortune on creams. When you
exactly.
mentioned $1,000, that's like monthly or weekly.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so, yeah.
Yes, exactly, exactly. I do a lot of lectures and shows, and I see that the people, do you have creams? Do you have creams? Well, as a matter of fact, I do. But you have to rebuild your body from inside out. And then when you put the right cream, we will talk about it maybe later about those creams, because a lot of things people don't understand. And that's what the manufacturers write is one thing, and that what really happens is something different. So we can maybe come back to that later, because I would like to more concentrate on the how do we really reverse our age.
Me too. A lot of people say you have to run a mile, you have special diets, you have to go to spas, but weightlifting or aerobics or Pilates, all these things people are telling you to build up your health. But I know lots of people that are healthy and they have injuries or they pass early. And what you're on, this idea that I mean, it's the proof's in the pudding. You look at people and you say, "How old are you?" And they say, "Oh, I'm 75." And you go, "Well, gosh, you don't look more than 50." And they're not doing anything extra special. So tell us the secrets on how to get this. I guess we have this regeneration inside, and you've done a lot of research and discovery about how to get it younger from the inside out, which I just think is a marvelous modality or a marvelous revelation.
Yes. So number one, you have to believe that it's possible. That's number one. And so what kind of proof I have? Well, science. So when you study the recent science from Harvard University, from Professor Sinclair, he has proven at this moment on mice only, not on people, but still it's proven that the memory about our youth is stored in our body.
Mhm.
We have just to access it. So this is number one. So that means that the time when the genes are on and off, the things about our youth, the cells remember things that so what happened? We just it's like a record that should go nicely, but it has scratches, right? So we need to just remove those scratches, and that will be again playing correctly. So this is something. So once you know that this is possible, this is scientifically proven, this is not somebody's imaginary, although imaginary is very important, but it's really proven scientifically. So this is possible. Now, so in this case, how can we do it? So that is the reason when I wrote this book, to give a step-by-step things that we have to pay attention to. And no, you don't have to run marathons. No, you don't have to even be a member of a gym. No, you have to have awareness of certain things and just implement them one after the other, not everything at the same time, to change your lifestyle. And if you do it, then everything will start happening, going to places. That is the reason when people start this process, I usually work with them and I meet with them on a monthly basis to just double check that they do everything kind of according to the plan and they have the progress what they need to be, because that's airplane flies from here to there, but maybe the wind comes or maybe something, so you need to adjust a little bit your way to get there. So it is not one thing. It is not that you found a magic pill and you sit on the sofa watching television and eating your donuts and expect to reverse your age. That's not going to happen. Okay. So the first thing is, and there is as I said, there is the whole system, but let me start from the first thing, which is degeneration of connective tissue. So that's one thing. The second thing is chronic inflammation. The third thing is gut health. The fourth thing would be the hormone dysregulations. And the other thing is a mental stress. Mm-hmm. Now, just let's take stress. If you are afraid, and it's easy to be afraid because you put the news on and they scare you from left to right, about everything, like the world is falling apart. So if you allow that stress to control you, you cut off your immune system. And when you cut off your immune system, you are exposed to everything negative, what can ever happen, right? Because you are you have your defenses out. So this is important. Physical activity is critical. We are born to move. So you can see people in New York or people in Florida. In New York, when they have to run subways and stairs there and there, they are much slimmer.
And women do that in high heels. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes. And in Florida, when you get to the car and drive everywhere and just go from the car or from the sofa to the refrigerator and back, that's not movement. And so we will talk about it, because a lot of people about movement, a lot of people tell me they have no time to go to gym. They have to do this and that and that. Yes, we are very busy, but you can find during the break, lunch break, you do 50 squats, even by your chair, or you do lunges. Or later on, you can have some weights at home and do a few times, just weights, so that your muscle tone, you have to keep your muscle tone, because with the age, unfortunately, no matter how much you run, it disappears. So you can find a program, and when you have a YouTube, you just Google short program, 20 minutes a day, you have to find for yourself to exercise, to move, even walk. But if you walk, make half a minute, very fast walk, very fast. So you have your heart pumping, half a minute, and then slower, and do that like 4 times. So it is called interval training. So that's what I cover in the book, because, and this one is very efficient and very effective. So why not have your dinner and go for a walk and do it a little faster and then slower and so on. And you are done with your exercises. Of course, optimal way is to do aerobics, is to do stretching, and is to do strength. So if you incorporate in different days those three elements, you'll be all right. And I am never ran marathon in my life, and I'm not planning to. And I'm in a very very top condition. I mean, I can go to classes with 30 years old, and I like classes because it's easier if you sign up somewhere for a class like yoga class or strength class or even aerobic class, something like this, because then you just get yourself in a car, get there, and when you are already there, you will do it. But
Hold
it's
that
not
thought.
necessary.
Let's see that book, Biohacking: A Way to a Better You. Can you have a copy?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, there you go. Biohacking: A Way to a Better You. We'll be right back after this.